All right. This is poker vlog number 4, and we are going to go ahead and let you know that this is going to be my 4th and 5th session combined. I can't keep up with all the vlogging and all the poker playing. I'm playing a little bit too much, and trying to make a video about every session is gonna, give me no time to sleep. But in this vlog, I really just want to talk about something that's got me really excited. A poker tell that I learned about 12 years ago in a book has finally been seen. I've actually been on the lookout for 12 years for this tell, and we finally saw it, and we actually have it on camera. So exciting. I don't know that I've ever waited this long for anything in my life, and I actually had been on the lookout to see this particular tell. So let's get into it. It's exciting. It's exciting. So I got to give you some background on this first. I don't read many books. The few books I have read are poker tells, poker books, and probably the only book in my entire life that I bought as it came out because I was excited that it was coming out was this book right here. Now, this book is by Joe Navarro, and he's a retired FBI agent who, for 25 years, his job was to read people, and when he retired, he realized he was really good at reading people in poker, obviously. If he could read criminals, he can read poker players too, right? So he wrote a book, it became really famous, and then the second book he came out was What Everybody Is Saying. I bought this right when it came out, read it, and literally the thing that stood out the most was this one tell. And when I even grabbed this book out after seeing it yesterday, I had the page marked. Look, and actually now that this is live right now too. I shit you not, this is actually incredible. I'm flipping through the whole book. There's only one marked page in the whole book. One marked page. That one marked page is the poker tell I just saw. What do you think this means as a poker tell? Your hands steepled together. So, don't worry about the rest of my body language. You see a player like this after making a bet, or they're in a hand, and their hands are like this. Are they strong or are they weak? What do you think? So the answer is they're strong. And I'm going to go ahead and read you exactly what he wrote here. Now, this was in the section about hand gestures, but he doesn't just say this is the strongest hand gesture. He actually says the steepling of hands, fingertip to fingertip, is one of the most powerful displays of confidence we possess. Okay? The only tell I marked in this whole book was that tell. And I didn't see it. I didn't see it for a long time. I actually, about 2 years ago, saw it for the first time outside of a poker table, and I want to share that story because it's crazy. It was the morning of me playing the World Series main event for the first time of my entire life, a $10,000 buy-in, and I went to a Jewish deli to get some nice breakfast before the tournament. I was sitting next to a man I'd never met before, and he started sitting with his hands steepled. And I actually said to him, I go, "Excuse me, sir, can I ask you a weird question?" He goes, "Okay." And I go, "Would you consider yourself a very confident man?" And he says, "Well, of course, I'm the most confident person that I know. But why do you ask?" And I said, "It's a poker tell that you're steepling your hands. It's supposed to mean you're very confident." So the tell was true when I saw it for the first time. And the other night I played, and for the first time at a poker table, I was actually taking notes on another hand. I wasn't involved in this hand, didn't know what was going on, and the guy across from me had his hand steepled. I quickly hit record on my phone. We'll show you the footage here in a second, and I immediately assumed this guy's got a set because we were on the flop, and the best thing you can have on a dry flop is a set. There's not 3 to a flush or 3 close enough for a straight. So I said, I bet this guy has the set. He's got a set for sure. Of course, the hand plays out. We get to a river. There's a bet and a call. What does he do? He turns over.
Nine full.
Set of nines. So it's come true. I just got really excited about that poker tell because that was the first time I got to see it in a live game, and I actually got to record it, which is the craziest part to me. I do go on to bust in this tournament quite early. Instead of showing you me losing a bunch of hands, I did lose on Sunday and I did lose on Tuesday. So, all right. So in this hand that we're about to talk about, we get the button, and we have Queen Jack of Spades. Blinds are 300, 600. It's early on in the tournament. Now the guy in the 3 seat we're going to call Arnold because he looks like Arnold Schwarzenegger. He's big and ripped. And he limps under the gun, and the guy to the left of him limps under the gun in the 4 seat. And on the button, I go ahead and decide to raise the 2100. Arnold's been raising pretty aggressively, and since he limped, I kind of feel like it's rare to see him limp. He's been raising so much, I just feel like this is a good spot to raise. I assume he might have a weak hand. So he calls, though, the raise, and the other 4 seat folds. We'll go to flop, 5, deuce, 3. Arnold leads out here. Now, there's 2 things to consider that make me think he's weak. One, if he's really strong here, I think he would check. When you're really strong, it's more common to check and let your opponent bet. I was the preflop raiser. He shouldn't have much of a problem checking a really strong hand. Another thing to note is he bet really quickly, and when you bet really quickly, it's a sign of weakness. He bet 6,000 here, by the way. And betting quickly is a sign of weakness because if you had a strong hand, you would really want to consider the right bet amount. So I call the 6, we go to a turn, and what do you know? He quickly bets again. He doesn't think about it. So I have turned a 7 of spades, by the way. So I have a backdoor flush draw now, and any queen or any jack gives me 1 pair. So I'm thinking I'm just going to fold here, though. He's bet 13,000. It's a really big bet. But you always want to think when someone bets, even if you're going to fold, because maybe he reveals a tell, and all of a sudden you know he's weak, really weak. So thinking, and something interesting happens. While I'm thinking, he starts to get really uncomfortable. He does the old freeze. So people, when they freeze their body and stop moving, they're scared. They don't want to reveal any tells because they don't want to reveal that they're weak. If he's got a strong hand, he's chilling. He's gonna be comfortable. He's gonna be sitting in a spot where, he's relaxed. But you can see he puts one hand on his hip and his hand here, and he freezes up. If you also notice, he's breathing really heavily now too. You can see his chest pumping. So I just get this vibe that he's actually weak now, and I throw in the call. I actually throw in 5K too much, which was supposed to be a call. So the dealer gives me back my 5K chip, and we go to a river. Now the river comes. What do you know? He doesn't think very long at all. I throws out a very fast bet, and this time he bets 10,000, which is even weaker than his 13K turn bet. So I'm like, wow, he's definitely got to be weak. The river was a queen. I got a top pair now. I'm gonna go all in. I have 10,000 in colored chips, and I have about 1,200 in black. So it's 1,200 for him to call. The pot's 66,000-ish, and he immediately flicks his cards away in frustration. So he didn't want to pay 1,200 to win 66,000 because his hand was just air. And we scoop in massive pot. Basically, we doubled up without showing our hand. Just reading our opponent was enough double up here. All right, thanks everyone for hanging out. Don't forget, if you want to support the channel, you can just hit the like button, subscribe button, or share this with someone else you might think will enjoy. And we'll catch you next time with some more Poker with Brian.